Hot mic, we are on the air. This is the Superfan Max Power Hour in less than 16 minutes presented by the blog that's a day late, dollar short. This is Superfan Max, aka Jose Max, reporting you live with a Meatless Friday episode. And I'm not really digging this, these Meatless Fridays. They're really cutting into my money as a butcher. It stinks. Not really. More of a corporate thing. My hours got cut at work. That sucks. I don't know. Just, less money. But more money, more problems. So less problems, I guess. That's a good way to look at it. Half it's got to do with corporate and I don't know. People, I don't know. People just aren't spending money, which is weird. It's food. Food got to eat. Food, you need food to eat. Granted, working at a grocery store, if that makes sense. While working at a grocery store, I sometimes just get tired of food. I don't know why, tired of looking at it and whatnot. Just get sick of it. And I'm like, ugh, I gotta eat again. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Okay. We're good. Have to go to the settings. Gotta make sure my phone doesn't shut off in the middle of recording because that would just stink for the recording. I don't want that. Don't want to redo it more than I have to. So you know how we do, one take. We are live. How do I find this? I do this every week and I always forget how to do it. Go into the settings and make sure display and brightness doesn't shut off. Auto lock. Oh, got it. Never. Battery's on 87%, so let's get this episode going. Crank it out. But yeah, this Meatless Friday's cutting into my work. Not really. I'm just going to blame it on the Meatless Friday. The Catalyst could take the blame. Why not? We'll just give it to them. Granted, I am in the meat and seafood department, so we do have the seafood part, but still. Guess not a lot of work on the account of the economy. So I'm going to go down by the river. But the river is dry. I know that's not the lyrics, but I don't need the rest of the song lyrics. And I don't work at the Jamestown Construction Company. That's so stupid. But yeah, I feel like Rocky. Remember that scene in Rocky 2 when he's cleaning the whole department, the butcher, the slaughterhouse, and he's just like, can I stay till the end of the day or something? That's a terrible Rocky impression, but I think if I got bashed in the head a couple more times, it'd be a primo Rocky impression. Hey, yo, Adrian, hey, Paulie. Yo, Adrian, we did it. This is a terrible 10 seconds on this episode. Or 30 seconds, I don't know. Oh, we're 3 minutes in. But yeah, I feel like Rocky when he's got to get laid off and he's like, can I stay till the end of the day? That was a very bizarre strategy to tell me to stop working. Or they're cutting my hours in the middle of the day. But, I was also, I probably threw a little fit there for a couple minutes. But I'm also like, you know what? Just got to work while I can. I'm just going to keep my head down. Keep it cutting. Just keep it going. Then I also feel like Kramer. Remember the strike episode, the Festivus episode? And Jerry's like, I didn't know you were out of work. Well, yeah, Jerry, it's embarrassing telling people you're out of work. So I don't plan on telling my parents this, that my hours are getting cut slowly. Because I don't really want to have that whole long, drawn-out talk of what am I doing with my future. Well, this job isn't good for you. It's not a long-term solution, all that jazz. And this could be the week where they listen to the episode. So I'll have 3 new listeners. So yeah, the Beastie Boys are right. Living at home's a drag. It's going to be temporarily out of work. It's, just one of those things you got to deal with, Yeah. So I got to either, go back to stealing or erotic male dance and get my money up. Or we could get some advertisers onto the podcast here. Did I forget the name of the podcast there for a second? So is that why I just said podcast? Yes. So if any advertisers want to join the Superfan Max Power Hour in less than 60 minutes presented by the blog, that's a day late, dollar short, you could join the ranks of NKD Underwear. And you could just email me at 411jmperez@gmail.com if you want to start a great partnership just like NKD has. So how do I want to tie NKD Underwear into this episode today? Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, I think I do. Okay. Something with the promo code and out of work. Okay. If you're out of work like me or got less hours, you need to save money. But, you're with your girlfriend, your mistress, your gumar. I'm still sticking with that bit. Women like gifts. And they don't care if you got your funny up instead of your money up. They're still going to want something at the end of the day, even if you're broke. But guess what? You use promo code Perez.JoseMax and you'll get 40% off and free shipping at for NKD underwear products. So you know the drill. Let's go to wearnkd.com. Use promo code Perez.JoseMax for 40% off and free shipping. Look at all those bundles. Lots of bundles to choose from. The date night, it's getting serious. The weekender, or the one night stand bundle. A great selection of bottoms to choose from as well. The weekend thong, the cheeky bikini, that also comes in black, and the classic thong as well. You can also look at the lacy bralette. All reasonably priced items ranging from $17 to $49 before you use the promo code. And if you're out of work or got your hours cut, you're going to need this promo code, which is Perez.JoseMax. Perez.JoseMax, which will get you 40% off and free shipping. This is a great product or company to buy from as well. Maybe you get some good karma from buying this product, because we all need that good karma later on in life. And you'll get that good karma by buying a set of underwear from NKD Underwear, because every set you buy, an equal set will be donated to a women's shelter. And women's underwear is surprisingly the number one need at homeless/women's shelters. So it's you'll get that good karma from making your special lady happy, and you donated that pair of underwear, hypothetically. So you'll get the credit. Don't worry. The karma in the universe will mark it up as a W for you in the win column. You'll be happy with the girl. Look at that. Everything's working out. Everything's coming up Millhouse. You can learn more about NKD Underwear by going to their website, wearnkd.com. That's WEARNKD.com. And check out their great line of products. You could also look at their Instagram to look at those as well. That's at NKD Underwear. That's their Instagram. And remember, use promo code Perez.JoseMax for 40% off and free shipping. And get that good karma and a great gift for your special lady. And that is a terrible advertisement to broadcast my skills to other companies. So other companies, give a couple of those other podcasts a listen, not everything's going to be great. What do you expect from a guy that's got his hours cut? Got a lot of free time. Probably should have spent more time on that script this week, but what are you going to do? I was too busy getting a haircut this week. That's what I was doing. I got a haircut at Great Clips and on my head. I love Great Clips. Been going to Great Clips since I was maybe, let's say 8. 8 seems like good. Yeah, it was 8. That's where I got my signature haircut. Number 1, or depending on the weather. That's also a big factor. You don't want to go number 1 in the winter because less hair equals more cold head. You don't want a cold head. So in the winter, my haircut would be a number 2 on the sides, scissors on top, and comb it to the side. Actually, gotta take the comb back to the side. I think I would do that. Remember back in the day, like 2008, maybe 2010-ish. Every Mexican kid, they had like the hair. I kind of want to say like the John Cena, where like it was like not like a hat, but like you would do like that weird point right at the top of your like forehead. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like every Mexican kid there for a while had it. And surprise, I'm Mexican if you didn't get it by the Jose part. And my last name in the promo code, which I didn't realize. Yeah, so I'm Mexican. Cat's out of the bag. Wasn't really hiding it. Whatever. But yeah, every kid had that weird haircut where it was like pointy at the end. I'm pretty sure John Cena had that haircut there for a while. So that was my haircut. Like I was saying, I'd get number 2 on the sides, finger length on top, stick it out, comb it out to the front. But now I changed it up to, a number 2 on the sides, number 1 in the winter, number 2 on the sides in the winter, number 1 side on the in the summer, spring. Then I get a finger length on the top and just enough in the front to comb it to the side. Gotta stay classy. And know what's very overrated about getting a haircut is talking to the barber or the stylist. I go to a stylist. It's great clips. I think a stylist is a woman. I like it when women cut my hair. I don't know. I can't even remember the last time cut my hair, and I didn't like it how they did it. Not like a weird sexist thing or something. It's just a preference, I guess. I don't know. They just do it better. I don't know. That's my thought process on the haircutting experience. But I don't like it talking to the stylist or barber when you get a haircut. I just never got it. I'm just like, I just want to be in and out of here. 20 minutes tops. That's probably like with wait time too if I don't sign in before I go in. Excuse me. Sorry about that burp. We got that. Is that the first burp on podcast history? Well, this podcast history? Might be. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the stylist talking to you. I don't need you to talk about what's going on with my job. I don't have any kids, so you don't got to ask about my family. What am I doing after this? Just zip it down and let's get out of here. 20 minutes tops. 15 would be ideal. Getting a haircut's so inconvenient too sometimes when you think about it. Like, I don't know how people get a lineup every week. I just want to be in and out of the barber every 2 to 3 months or when I need a haircut and just get out of there. I don't need to be there all day. It's just, I don't know how people do it. I get it, it's the camaraderie, talking to people. I know I pronounced that wrong. When am I going to learn how to talk like an actual person? I don't know. But I don't like being there at the haircut place all day, 20 minutes tops. I'm going to give you a great tip regardless. And that's the thing that sucks now. I'm not fully doing it, but I'm also like, I used to like walk in there with a $20 bill and whatever like the haircut was, like $13, they were getting that $7 tip. Then when it slowly went up to $14, they got a $6 tip. Now it's $21 and I'm like, well, this sucks. So I think I just gave her all the singles in my wallet. So it was a $7 tip the other day. I thought it was good. She didn't talk to me in and out in 15 minutes. So that warranted a 33% tip. So I was happy about that. So it was well worth it. Plus, I don't get a haircut all the time. Like I said, 2 to 3 months when it's looking really bad. So I think they deserve a good, $7 plus tip. I know everybody hates tip and all that stuff, but, I don't mind it. A good tip, whatever. And what else did I do this week? I don't really have anything good planned for this episode, unfortunately, but stick with me. Hopefully you get a humorous laugh here on a Friday afternoon as you sit in your cubicle. I'm still happy about that episode. I got to do some maintenance on the blog, and I've posted them on SoundCloud, which I think a lot of people more listen or less listen to, because I could clearly see the numbers like 4 or 5. Strangely, some people find it, which I enjoy, on the SoundCloud. But we are going to have that SoundCloud issue where I am running out of space minute-wise, because I think you only get like a free 100 minutes. So that's going to be an issue. But I do have them on my clips on YouTube, or my full videos on YouTube of the blog. The blog. I gotta post them on the blog. I've been falling off on the blog. Been a little scattered brain lately, but that's just on me and not being at my computer all day and stuff. But as I was saying, I got them on SoundCloud, got them on YouTube for the most part, and I just got to repost them on the blog. So I will be doing some maintenance on the blog, reposting, backlogging. I got to start getting into blogging some more, but it's just not hard. I'm not fully into it as much as I should be or was a couple years ago when I was at my desk or laptop all day when I was supposed to be taking notes. It wasn't a full downfall of my educational career. It's just, you got to show up to class at 8 in the morning. I'm not ready to go. Let me just put out shitty, crappy blog about my weekly pick'ems for the NFL. That was my Thursday blog that I loved there for a while. I would just do that in class. It took me it was distracting me for a good 10, 15 minutes. And some weird, was it a psychology? No, it wasn't psychology. It was a philosophy class. And he was just like drawing lines on the board. It was supposed to be, I don't even know what the purpose of that class was. That is one of those classes I failed. And I honestly do not care that I failed it because it was just a disaster from start to finish. But what are you going to do? What else have I been up to this week? I'm starting to rotate my holiday clothes. Finally put a couple of my Christmas sweaters that I've just been keeping on my desk/chair since Christmas, obviously. Put the Valentine's Day boxers into the box. Pulled out the St. Patrick's Day shirts. And, starting to put the flannels, wash them for the season, Don't wash them every time I wear them, every couple of weeks I'll throw a couple in the wash. Because I think I have enough for every day of the week if I really wanted to wear one a day. And I love a flannel because I was wearing them to school when I was still in school. Because they're always like, you don't know who you're ever going to meet. So it was like, you have a nice little collared shirt. Not very, crazy. Like, you don't want to be that weird kid that wears a suit to class all day. But you know what I'm saying? You could tuck it in really fast if you had to. You got that little collar buttoned up. You look nice if you're wearing a good pair of jeans and stuff. That's why I really started getting into flannels. Plus, I always like the button shirts. I don't know why. But yeah, flannel season's coming to an end. Probably around St. Patrick's Day is when I decide to call it. You don't want to wear flannel the first week of October, so you usually go Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever your preference on the holiday is. I don't really care because I haven't had that day off since like 8th grade, not even 8th grade. Because I think that's when you start doing those shadow days for high school. So really, I haven't had that day off since 6th grade, so I don't really care about the day. And I still don't have the day off because people got to eat, so I still got to go into work. And you don't have it off in college, anyways. So it's another named day that I should care about because Native Americans are important. I guess you could probably say something about the Italians. Columbus was important, an important figure for them. Everybody hates him now, but everybody loved him when he got the day off. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just trying to, you know what? That is clearly an example of me just not trying to be canceled, but I honestly don't care about that day. There's no point for it for me, honestly. So why am I defending it or offending it? Whatever. I don't care. Like I was saying, you can start wearing the flannels Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, and up to St. Patrick's Day. That's perfect flannel weather. You don't ever want to wear it the first week of October because then you look like a basic, basic Betty, basic bro, Brad, whatever you want to call it. That's got the. I remember people doing this. There was like an October on like that Sunday or something. No, it was like a weird October start, like into the middle of the week or something. And people were already posting like pumpkin patch pictures like the first day of October. So it's like you were wearing a flannel or wearing like the goofy scarf, drinking that pumpkin spice latte that weekend of September when it was probably still hot. And that's another reason I've noticed that it slowly starts to get a little cooler and more bearable for the flannel around that second Monday of the month. And I say you wear it up to St. Patrick's Day because it's a good benchmark. It's starting to warm up. And, it's just, it's the end of the season. Baseball season's coming around. So there's no point of it anymore for the flannel past St. Patrick's Day. Maybe that week we can, it's still dirty, so you're going to wash it so you can still wear them. But after that, it's done. Then you got to go to t-shirt season, and I am definitely not in shape for t-shirt season, which is going to suck. So I'll be wearing a sweater there for a while. Yeah. That diet I was going to start next week has been pushed off very, very many weeks ago. So I don't even know when I was going to start that diet. That's how long ago it is. What else have I been up to? This is going to be a recap of my week. That's it. We're just doing a recap of my week. We're sticking with that. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy about this episode. Another thing I did this week was got a rubber band. Someone gave me a rubber band, and I'm like, oh, sweet, I needed a rubber band. But I completely forgot what I need the rubber band for when I got home, so that stinks. I'm just looking at a rubber band sitting on my desk. But if I ever need this rubber band this week or for whatever purpose I needed it for, I got it. That's also another thing. You never know when you need a rubber band, or you always have a rubber band when you don't need it, but when you need it, it's just magically gone. So that's my thing with rubber bands and forgetting. I always like it when you like the memory comes back too. That is like a perfect premium example of life. Like when you remember what you needed and you like you take 3 steps back and it's just like if I was 3 steps forward, I don't know what I'm talking about. But take that 3 steps back physically. Like you just walk back into the room or whatever. You sit back at your chair, you remember what you were going to do, but as soon as you get up, you just completely forgot it. That is a great feeling in life when you just remember something. Yeah, even though I said I was going to go on that diet perennially, which I probably will, uh, know what's very upsetting is pizza by the day slices or pizza by the slices not open during the day. I get pizza, it's an afternoon or a lunch thing, but pizza places that open at like 2 o'clock always stink, in my opinion. Not like the flavor's bad, but like it stinks that business because you're like, I want a slice at like 12 o'clock for lunch, and you just can't get it anywhere. Granny, you shouldn't be eating pizza in the middle of the day. Well, I shouldn't be eating pizza in the middle of the day. I don't need it. But pizza by the day slices, that's the only thing New York got us on. They got pizza by the slice available any day of the time. We just got it in the afternoon, unfortunately. Or the places that do have it all day, it's terrible. Not to name names. It's just bad. Yeah, so I wanted a slice of pizza for the middle of the day before. Probably today, to be honest. I think I wanted some because of my day off. Yeah. Another thing I did this week was I went to the grocery store, had all my stuff, and I finally was about to pay, and I realized I didn't have my debit card. So that stunk. Yeah, so that was one of my days this week. No, it's another thing that keeps coming up in my life is I'm not a Spotify person. I don't want to pay for it. But if Spotify, you want to become an advertisement with me, I would gladly accept a free membership or pay for it just to prove I'm serious about it. So I don't have Spotify on my phone, but I love it on the laptop, to be honest, because you do get that play any song ability. And know what always gives you that playable song ability? Play any song you want? YouTube. So I'm a big YouTube fan when it comes to music and just listening to music in the car and stuff, make a playlist, hit play, or they do have that randomized music where, not randomized music, but like your most recent songs. So that's always good because I feel like a lot of people, just like me, you like listen to like the same 5 songs every week or something. Or the same variety of songs, or like you just get in that mood, which is great on YouTube, where if you want to like listen to 80s love songs, I know Valentine's Day was a couple weeks ago, but still 80s love songs are great. You listen to like 2 of them, then you get like similar recommended songs. So that's great. So I'm a big YouTube fan when it comes to listening to music while in the car. Safely. Just got to iterate that. Always drive safely. Hit play, throw this thing into the, not the dashboard or glove compartment. The center console, hit play, throw it in the center console, whatever plays, ever plays. And know what I always feel bad about when I'm stopped at a red light and I'm like, I want to put a different song on? Because YouTube, you still get the ads. I don't have YouTube Music or YouTube Red or whatever the premium YouTube is. I just have regular YouTube. But that St. Jude commercial, do you guys know which one I'm talking about? The kids with cancer commercial. Are you a bad person if you skip that commercial? I need to know. I don't know. I feel like a bad person when I skip it. But every once in a while when I'm at the store and, that St. Jude roundup comes up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to round up. I'll be able to skip the ad this week. And I get it. Childhood cancer is sad, but I'm also like, I only have like 10 seconds before this light changes to get another song on. Or I'm going to have to listen to this like 3-minute commercial. And once again, I feel bad for the childhood cancer, but I'm like, I don't want to listen to that right now. So am I a bad person for skipping that ad for St. Jude with the kids' cancer? I need to know. Another thing I noticed this week while stocking up the freezer when I was at work, there was another thing. They are like slowly cutting my hours. Or adjusting. They don't cut hours nowadays. They adjust them. They adjust the schedule. When they are adjusting my schedule, I noticed when I was stocking up the freezer that microwave. Nope, gotta take it back one more step. When they adjusted my schedule, I've worked the past 7 days. They were like, I thought we were trying to adjust your hours, and I've just magically worked 7 days in a row. Makes no sense. That's why there's no episode for March 3rd. I just got bumped from the network episode that week. Something better was being broadcasted. No, there wasn't. I'm the only network here. But, sometimes, I just got to miss an episode. And if I said I'm doing 22 straight weeks, I lied. Once again, we're making up the rules as we go. So, once again, what are you going to do? I missed an episode. I'm just going to make it up hopefully the next week. Or I should be going bigger and better the next episode, like this episode, but I'm doing a lot of freestyling today, so I'm going to give myself credit for that. That's my biggest, uplift. We'll go with that for this episode, that I'm doing a lot of the freestyling. I just have bullet points, and I'm just speaking as you go, and you could clearly tell that. But I was just saying, as I was stocking up those freezers, I was looking at the products, whatever, chicken nuggets, burgers or something. We'll just go with the chicken nuggets because that's the better example. The microwave to oven ratio time is like the most bizarre thing ever. Have you ever noticed that? Like, you could microwave something for 5 minutes, or you could put it in an oven for 55 minutes, and that makes no sense whatsoever. I gotta look up the wattage ratio for microwaves. Like, it says 1,100% wattage in the microwave for 5 minutes, or an oven for 550 degrees for 55 minutes. That makes no sense at all. So are you telling me a microwave, just a standard microwave, just a standard work microwave? I don't even have a microwave at the house. Just a standard microwave at work, which is probably 20 years old regardless. No, not 20, because microwaves are terrible. A 20-year-old microwave is probably, are the actual microwaves that could get up to like 1,000 degrees, which I'm assuming are what they're supposed to get up to if you cook this thing over 1,000 degrees. If it cooked this thing in 5 minutes instead of 55 minutes. But, a modern day microwave, 3 years old, you got to put it in there for like, that's another thing. You put it in a microwave at work that's like 3 years old, that first minute does nothing. So realistically, it's like a 6-minute ratio to 55 minutes. But is that 1 minute of warm-up time just blasting this thing? Why do we have these things in our house? That makes no sense. Well, I don't have them in my house, but you know what I'm saying. Why do you guys have a microwave in your house if that thing is just a nuclear disaster waiting to happen? Even though I don't think they make them with nuclear material anymore, do they? I don't know. But microwaves are the most bizarre thing ever. I don't get microwaves. I like a microwave oven, though. That's the one with like the little oven and stuff. Which my next question is, does anybody know if you could put metal in the microwave oven? Specifically a bean smasher. So when I was 8 and we went to the Smoky Mountains, I was wearing my signature haircut. And my grandmother, she made the great mistake. She felt bad. Granted, it was a good mistake for the kids and stuff. She's like, oh, I thought I got the blueberry waffles instead of the chocolate chip waffles. And, I put a brave face on for her, and I said, Grandma, it's okay. We'll manage to get these chocolate chip waffles down our throats. Don't worry, you didn't waste your money. But, we soldiered on for her. But there wasn't a regular microwave, or a toaster, I should say, like I was accustomed to in my house. To make toaster waffles, they only had the toaster oven. Is a toaster oven and a microwave oven the same thing or different things? Because that might be another question that I gotta ask. Can you stick metal in a microwave/toaster oven? One of the two. But that was the only way to make the waffles. And everybody was burning their hand there. I don't know why nobody was using a spatula or sticking something in there to grab it. So I didn't want to burn my finger. But I tried putting a bean smasher in there. And my sister's like, no, you can't do that. So I did end up burning my fingers, sticking my hand in there. Why didn't I just put my fingers in the middle of the waffle and pull it out instead of touching the metal? Once again, I was 8. It was a very dangerous trip for me regardless. I got hit by a ceiling fan. I was on a bunk bed, and a ceiling fan hit me right under the eye in the middle of the cheek. I still kind of have the scar. You can kind of see it if you're really close up to me. Did I drown that trip? No, I did not drown that trip, but we did have a pool. That's why there was another trip in Texas that I almost drowned. We'll save that story for another time. But like I was saying, can you stick a bean smasher specifically in a toaster oven? Yep, that's my very big concern from that trip. That's always been on my mind. And I gotta say it, Smoky Mountains, not eighth, yeah, it would be not 8th grade, 8 years old, had the best vanilla ice cream ever in my life. I think it's called Country Vanilla Ice Cream. It was in a blue box. I don't know who bought it. It was at the house, so I don't remember anything else besides it was Country Vanilla Ice Cream. It was the best vanilla ice cream I had. And we went on that trip in maybe June, July-ish, like in the middle of the summer. And I was trying to chase that country vanilla ice cream flavor the rest of the summer. Every time we went out for ice cream or we got ice cream, I was looking for country vanilla ice cream flavor or just vanilla ice cream, and I have not come close yet. So next time I go to Nashville, I just gotta. That's another thing. The Smoky Mountains is closer to like Memphis and stuff. And the last time I've been to Nashville, the past two times, has been in Nashville. So I don't know if that's a big thing where, like in California, where you can only get certain things on the North California and not South California. So I don't know if there's a big difference about that in East and West Tennessee when it comes to getting country vanilla ice cream. It was in a blue box. That's all I remember. It wasn't like a tub either. It was like an actual box. It was a blue box. So if anybody knows anything about country vanilla ice cream in a blue box in Tennessee, they gotta let me know. I freaking love that country vanilla ice cream. I'm still thinking about that ice cream. I think I wrote a blog, which I better take a note on what I need to put in the comments for this episode. The NKD promo code / this is the inner workings of my mind right here. What else did I say in that at Instagram and website? Did I mention the blog anymore? I know I mentioned this blog. Include links in description or comments. The blog was best foods I've ever had on vacation, and country vanilla ice cream is still number one. Blog, food, vacation. So yeah, country vanilla ice cream, best vanilla ice cream I've ever had in my life. Nashville, Tennessee. Nope, Memphis, Tennessee. Smoky Mountains specifically. That area. Best ice cream I've ever had, country vanilla ice cream. Still thinking about it to this day. Can't iterate that enough. Love that ice cream. Plus, every time I go to Nashville, it's like I'm with like family and stuff or whatever. I'm not going to like the local grocery store, so I don't know how I'm going to find this ice cream whenever I go down there. I will get this country vanilla ice cream one day. I don't know why. It was just so good. That's pretty much it when it comes to country vanilla ice cream. I'm just going to mention country vanilla ice cream one more time. And that's mainly because I don't know what else to talk about this episode. Let's take a look at the bullet points. I got the one biggest bullet point. I don't know if I've been trying to avoid it or because it was at the bottom of the notes and I didn't look at it. Just too busy thinking about this country vanilla ice cream. Is that unfortunately the Blackhawks traded away Patrick Kane. It's terrible. How can we trade Patrick Kane? only for like a second round pick too that could become a first round pick at later times, but we still don't know specifically when it will become a number one pick. I think it's if they go to the Rangers go in the second round. I don't know. Patrick Kane leaving, it's terrible. The greatest hockey player on the Blackhawks, probably in the world. I would say it. He's better than Wayne Gretzky. Granted, you could also say that too. Wayne Gretzky didn't even stay on his the same team his whole career. So yeah, Patrick Kane's in New York, the New York City Rangers. The Blackhawks are terrible again. But I get it. He was ruining the tank. Tanking is a sin in sports, so I don't condone tanking because Patrick Kane doesn't tank. He loses. He'll rather lose, put up 10 points, and still lose instead of tank. Patrick Kane does not tank. Tanking is a sin. I cannot iterate that enough. I hate tanking. Same thing with the Bears. And Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith doesn't tank. He loses. He'd rather go out, not that 2 point, not getting that 2 point, than directly miss a field goal or go down losing. Chicago sports figures, legends, Lovie Smith up there. Probably not the highest, but he's still up there. Patrick Kane, they don't lose. They don't tank. They lose. They also don't lose, but, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, Patrick Kane's in the New York. I'm hoping they bring him back. I know they've done it with... did they do it with Keith, or just has Keith always been here? I know Brandon Shaw. Is it Brandon Shaw? I am drawing a blank now. Andrew Shaw. Bradshaw. I know Brandon Shaw sounded too weird. I'm like, that's Terry Bradshaw. But yeah, Andrew Shaw, he's been back and forth with the Blackhawks. He's had a couple different stints. Did Brian Brickle have a couple different stints? I think he might have. But yeah, I'm hoping they bring Patrick Kane back in the offseason. Let him get that one last ring or Stanley Cup name stitched or engraved onto the cup one last time and let him stay in Chicago for the rest of his career. I hope that's what I want, but I don't ever get what I want when it comes to sports. If it was up to me, the Bears be 15-0, not 15-0. Can't go 15-0. They'd be 17-0, going to the playoffs, finishing 21-0 every year with multiple Super Bowl championships, Lombardi trophies. Same thing for the Blackhawks. If it was up to me, they'd have multiple Stanley Cups. And same thing for the White Sox and Bulls. The running the league. Everything would be out of Chicago, but I don't get what I want. So what are you going to do? I hope Patrick Kane comes back, though. I'll miss him. I love Patrick Kane. I do love Jonathan Toews, too. He was my guy, but he's ruled out for the season, so... You get rid of your best players like Patrick Kane and stuff, you're sure bound to lose. So I guess that's the only way to do it. Yeah. Patrick Kane comes back, he will be the captain. I'm going to have to admit my dad was right. Remember watching the 2015 Tampa Bay versus Blackhawks Game 6 of the Stanley Cup? The game they won it, and he was like, you know what, that Patrick Kane, he's going to be the captain one day. And I was a Jonathan Toews guy. Well, I loved both of them. You can't like one without the other. Vice versa. There's two great players. You got to like them both. But I had the Jonathan Toews jersey I got for my 2011 Christmas. Wore the heck out of that thing. Still got it. I want to get that thing signed one day. Hopefully I can meet Jonathan Toews and get that arranged. But like I was saying, I was a Jonathan Toews guy. But I also love Patrick Kane. And I remember my dad saying, Patrick Kane is going to wear he's going to be the captain one day. I'm like, no way. He's never going to be the captain. Jonathan Toews is always going to be the captain. And lo and behold, Jonathan Toews has got his medical issues and probably looking at retirement soon. And if he does retire, Patrick Kane comes back, he will be the captain. And I think that's all I got for this episode this week. Thank you for bearing with me and listening to it, the whole thing. And I think that's going to conclude this episode. These were my thoughts going into my bad mic in less than 59 minutes. So this concludes this episode of the Superfan Max Power Hour in less than 60 minutes presented by the blog. Talk to you next week because this is Superfan Max signing off. Thank you for listening.